Felix, what were you doing 60 years ago?
Well, unlike some Time+Tide team members, I was not completing my matriculation.
See, that was just mean. That's just hurtful.
It's true, you're old.
Thank you. Piaget were doing something significant in 1957.
Great.
And that was Valentin Piaget was inventing the Altiplano, a watch that we continue to talk about to this day. It's the 60th anniversary. It's one of the sort of, what are we saying, 3 watches?
Yeah, I'd say 3.
Keep it simple. The 3 Piaget watches that really wowed us this year. Now look, in 1957, this was a complete bombshell for the industry. It was 2mm thick mechanical movement. It then went on to hold records as the slimmest mechanical hand wound, the slimmest mechanical chronograph, the slimmest mechanical automatic. So it was a period of complete supremacy, and it's become sort of the hallmark for the brand, hasn't it?
Yeah, no one else even bothers.
Yeah. And as a dress watch, Felix, you've worn it before?
I have had that pleasure and honour. And I mean, you know, technically it's great to have, you know, it's an engineering feat to have something so slim yet, you know, so functional. But really, for the end user, it's all about that really gorgeous profile that goes perfectly with the suit.
Yes.
And that's what they highlighted this year. It wasn't about, you know, new materials, new complications. It was about new dials.
And ways to wear it. I mean, these were some colourful dials. Let's talk about that first trio.
Yeah, so I think my top pick will be this trio of 40mm versions, all cased in gold with 3 quite different and quite bold dials. So there is a rich, beautiful blue, trademark. There was a really sort of bold emerald to, you know, sort of mossy green that, you know, goes with a bright gold case that makes quite a statement on the wrist. And there was a somewhat confusingly called grey dial. Several people may have noticed that it looks more brown. Us among them, but the reason for this naming is because there actually are degradé dials. So there's a change of colour across it. So it starts grey in the middle and goes into a nice sort of warm browny palette. And my money, that's the most wearable of the 3 on a day-to-day basis.
And look, the smoky sort of dimensionality of these dials can't be understated. We're talking, I mean, we often sort of ogle at Moser watches just thinking, how on earth do they get that much sort of smoky dimension on a flat surface?
They're Swiss wizards.
They are, and Piaget's entered that realm of really just mystical, magical kind of sheens on the dial.
But that's not all they had for the Altiplano this year. There was another limited edition that was in 2 versions, a 38 and a 43mm. Again, another beautiful blue. But this one spoke to their heritage a little bit with a nice sort of crosshatch detail. It was a little bit more modern, a little bit more, you know, certainly the 43 is quite big. But because it's all dial and there's, you know, such a thin case, it
really has massive presence.
It's quite something on the wrist.
And at the other end of the spectrum, it's not always Altiplano all the time. We remember our friendly ambassador Ryan Reynolds, who we were
old mate Ryan
fortunate enough to have a little chat to at SIHH. You can see a video probably somewhere down there. But he was repping the ADLC Polo S, which is a reinvented Polo S, takes it out of that sort of dressy sports luxe territory.
A little bit more rugged.
Rugged, sexy, like it's black ADLC, black rubber strap that
so I mean it's
solved some of our bracelet issues.
Yeah, I'm on the record as being a big fan of the Polo S bracelet, but I know that some other people have sort of had different opinions, whereas so this rubber strap, it changes the feel of the watch. So it's got the ADLC bezel and this rubber strap, which makes it a whole lot more casual. Like it's you know, it takes from this big sort of shiny object to something you could wear just, you know, on the weekend, really casual. You don't have to think about it.
Yep. Another question I have for you, Felix.
Indeed.
You'd wear that. Would you wear the Altiplano tourbillon model with a diamond bezel?
Yeah. Well, look, diamonds are tricky.
They're forever.
They are. Look, short answer is probably yes. Certainly not, you know, my 9 to 5, but maybe special occasions. The setting is really beautiful. It's not, I think they're baguette cut diamonds, so it looks really solid, and the dial is that sort of really rich flink enamel, and there's a nice symmetry.
Oh, we both love the symmetry of the dial. So usually a tourbillon is kind of centered.
They just stick it in there.
They stick it in there, and it's usually in a sort of a central, obvious location, whereas this one's off-center with the time underneath it at about the same size, and that typical Piaget sort of dainty elegance of the time. It's never big sweeping hands with, you know,
numbers everywhere.
No, it's really a very simple, legible layout. I liked it.
And I think that pared back design really lets the diamonds shine.
Oh, and on that note, thank you very much. We'll see you again.
See ya.